Constellations by Jack Johnson is played with the E string tuned down to a C, the A string tuned down to a G, and the high E string tuned down to a D, and we also have the capo on the first fret. So the riff's going to start off with the A string open and the 5th fret on the high E string relative to capo. I'm going to play that once, pull off to 4, hammer back onto 5th, slide up to 7, back down to 5, pull off to 4, pull off to open. So we only pick the high E string and the A string once for that first riff. Then we're going to go to a first finger bar across the 5th fret relative to capo. We'll have 6th fret on the B string with the 2nd finger and 7th fret on the D string with the 3rd finger. We'll pick E and B together, D, G, and then the high E, pinky on the 7th, flicking off to 5th there. Then we'll hit B, little strum down on the G and D strings, and the high E string open. So slowly. Then we go down to 1st fret on the B and 2nd fret on the D, same picking pattern, but we don't have that high E on the end. And then we go to a first finger bar across the 2nd fret, 3rd fret on the B and 4th fret on the D, same picking as before really, so E and B, G, D, and then the pinky, 4th fret flicking off to 2nd on the high E, catching the 3rd fret on the B there, and then open D and G. So the whole thing slowly so far. There's a slight variation on the very last time through before we go into the verse, so everything's the same until we get to that kind of B minor shape, and we pick exactly the same. We just have the high E on the end. For the verse, we're going to swap to a bass and strumming pattern, so we'll have the open A played, and then we'll have 5th fret on the high E and the B open, and we'll strum up, down, bass, up, down. The pinky finger to the 7th fret, the high E, and strum up. So then we'll hit the B string open, and we'll go back to 5, 5, and then down to 4. So we're going to slide up as we hit the A string again there. So we have the A, 5, 5, 7, D, 5, 5, 4, A with the slide up, and then off, off, just open B and E, then a D, same again, open strings. So. Then we'll go to the low E string open, 1st fret on the B and 2nd fret on the high E string. We're going to play bass, strum up, and then we're going to take the 2nd finger off straight away, so just one strum for that, and we'll go to 1 and open, strum down, up, so. Then we'll go to 4th fret on the D, down, up, down, 1 and open on the B and high E string, so. We'll go to open G, up, down, up, 1 and open on the B and E. Then we'll go to 2nd fret on the G, and then we'll strum up on the 1 and open, and then off for the last down up. So bass, off, off. And that's the whole verse. So slowly we have this. To come out with the verse, there is a slightly different pattern. We have 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B, 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the high E string, and also 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. We're going to play the low E string, up, down, up, then go to the D string, up, down, up, so bass, bass, same again. Last 2 strums are open, so. Then we go to the 1st finger bar on the 2nd fret, 3rd fret on the B, and 4th fret on the D, and we have exactly the same rhythm. So bass on the E, up, down, up, bass on the D, up, down, up, bass on the E, bass on the E, and the last 2 are off. Okay? So that whole verse ending slowly is that open chord, then the 2nd fret bar, So for the chorus, we have the 5th fret on the high E string, we have open B and G and the open A. I'm going to play the A as the bass, up, down, up on the strumming. exactly the same again, but this time the bass will be on the D, and we'll take the fingers off for the last 2 strums. Then we'll go to that first finger bar across the 5th fret, 6 on the B, 7 on the D, exactly the same. Then down to the shape we used in the verse ending with the 1st fret on the B, 2nd fret on the high E, and 2nd fret on the D, same again. And then the 1st finger bar across the 2nd fret, 3rd fret B, 4th fret D, same rhythm again. And that's the whole chorus. The mid 8 in this song is trickier than the rest of the song because there's a lot of riffs going on here. So we're going to start off with the open A, 5th fret on the high E, 4, sliding up to 5 on the G, all relative to capo. We'll then catch 7 on the high E, slide 5 back down to 4 on the G, and then catch the high E open. For the second riff, we have open A, 9th fret on the high E, 7 sliding down to 5 on the G, catching 7 on the high E, 5 sliding down to 4 on the G, open high E. We'll then go open low E, 2 pull off on the high E to open, 1st fret on the B, little triplet, open G, hammer onto 2nd, grabbing the high E, so. And then we'll slide up to 4 on the G, and catch high E open again. For the 4th bar we'll play open A, 5 on the high E string, pulling off to open, then 3 on the B. A little triplet again, open G, hammer onto 4th fret, catching the high E string open. Then we'll slide up to 7 on the G and catch the high E string open again. Okay, so those 4 bars slowly. Then we go to open A, 5th fret on the high E, open B, 7th fret on the G, then 7 on the high E, open B, 7th fret on the G. On the record, he then plays that artificial harmonic there, which I find really difficult to do in real time, so I generally just play a 5th fret again there. So we're then going to play the open A, 9 pulling off to 7 on the high E, 8 on the B, 9 on the G, sliding up to 10 on the B. And then we'll play 8 on the B and 9 on the G. We're then going to play open E, 8 on the B, 9 on the G, and open high E. Sliding up to 4 on the G, 3 on the B, 5 down to 2 on the high E. And then for the final bar, open E, 2nd fret on the high E, G open, E open, 4th fret on the D, 4th fret on the high E open, G. And the final 4 bars sound like this. The outro to the song is the same as the intro, it just ends with the open E and the 5th fret on the high E.